Good morning. It's a beautiful morning to start a tutorial like this where I have taken the concept of biology. The basic notion and basic idea to start the tutorials is when I was really small, I always used to pinch my mom to answers for such stupid questions like why is this and why is this and why is that way. So I truly understand those are genuine questions and that is very pretty normal for every kid to question and every mom to answer such questions. So I thought, it's a very practical aspect. Biology is something which relates you to the nature and not only the plant physiology or the human anatomy. Anything you talk about, any concept of biology, it makes you feel like you are in living atmosphere. So I practically, I always loved biology, and for that aspect I'm here to deliver some tutorials which could help my small little listeners who could enjoy and also learn the concept of biology. And it should be pretty clear that these concepts are very easy, but the thing is you'll have to understand it step by step and understand how the terminologies, how the concepts work. Otherwise it's very normal. It is going to help you not only in your lessons, not in your schools, but also in your daily life and daily routine. So grow and learn. And today we'll start the tutorial by the basic plant categories. For a few lectures, I'm going to focus on the human plant physiology, and then we'll slowly and gradually move to other concepts of biology as well. In my tutorials, I'm focusing on the middle age school students. So now moving on. Today going to talk on the basic plant categories. Basically, the plant is being categorized into five classifications. It's herb, shrub, tree, creeper, and climber. Let's move on to first classification, that is herbs. Any plant with leaves, seeds, or flowers used for flavoring food, medicine, or perfume. You see, you'll have to focus only leaves, seeds, flowers for flavoring food, medicine, or perfume. I'm gonna change the ink color here. Let's make it red so that it appears good to you. So for herb, you'll have to focus on the leaves, seeds, or flowers. So any such plant which has three of these characteristics, it's called herb, but it's not compulsory. You can see on the photos here, herbs look like whatever you use in your daily life routine, like you get it from groceries and all. These are called herbs, which are generally used for we use in food, medicine, and perfume. And moving on, some bundles of dried herbs are also used. And in India, especially in medieval times in India, this was called Ayurveda. This particularly, the medicine terminology was known as Ayurveda. And then slowly and gradually, when we studied more on dried herbs and how to use them, then we came to homeopathy and then naturopathy. You can, when you move to India or some other parts of Indonesia or Malaysia, then you will find such pathies still being used, and they are, they cost really higher. Spas and all, they use such things, but they now cost higher because of market demand is more and availability is less. That's why. Some spices, these are some spices which are not pretty clear and you need not to go through it, but this is the general classification that spices are being used, and this is considered as a dried herb, and these are considered as a, we use some fresh herbs also like mint, basil, such kind of herbs are used. These are also herbs, but these kind of herbs are used for, as a green source. Moving on to second classification, this is shrub. Shrub, a woody plant that is smaller than a tree, usually having multiple permanent stems branching from or near the ground. This you see, this is multiple permanent. This is multiple permanent stems branching from or near the ground. So this is very clear that herb. If you're talking, this is herb. If this is herb, then this is gonna be shrub. And a woody plant is smaller than a tree, and this is going to be the tallest one is going to be the tree. So you see tree, shrub, and herb. So when you go for according to height, you can classify three categories into like this, and they have permanent stems. Shrub is like having multiple permanent stems, but herb does not have. So shrub has multiple permanent stems branching from near or the ground, near or maybe the stem. A woody perennial plant smaller than a tree with several major branches arising from near the base of the main stem. So that is called shrub. You see, shrub, the main node will be from here, and the shrub grows like this. There's an entire area you see. This is bushy growth. This is again called a shrub. Moving on to the tree, a woody perennial plant typically having a single stem or a trunk. Here we are going to use this word trunk. Trunk is basically used for the tree. Um, this part is called trunk. The thicker the wooden section of any kind of plant or any kind of tree, that is, the more thicker, it's called trunk. It's considered a trunk growing to a considerable height and bearing lateral branches at some distance from the ground. You see, this is some distance from the ground, and there the lateral branches will start. And there the lateral branches will start growing. Moving on to how the word tree is. You see the first picture that the tree is, and then the parts of the tree will move on to next videos. Then I'll classify how this plant or the how the tree is classified, and how the parts of the categories, how it is useful, and why it is used for. So we'll come to these questions. We'll answer all such questions, but in next videos. The plant essentials of fruit, we obtain wood from it, flowers. So these are parts of the parts of tree. We'll talk about this in next videos. Now coming to the main category of why the wood is being used for is, it's the basic agenda of any tree is to do photosynthesis. What is photosynthesis? I'll talk about this in video number 4. But to a very superficial idea, when a human being respires, it he or she takes in oxygen, and instead it gives back carbon dioxide, and gives back carbon dioxide. A person takes in oxygen and gives back carbon dioxide. Whereas when this carbon dioxide reaches this tree, then this tree takes in carbon dioxide, and it does something inside it, and that something process is called photosynthesis. We'll talk about this definitely in detail in video number 4. And then this carbon dioxide is then converted into oxygen, and the process of conversion of into oxygen carbon dioxide carbon dioxide into oxygen is called photosynthesis. That is the main function of any kind of plant. Moving on to next classification, that are creeper. Creepers are creepers are the plants which leaves grow where leaves grow. At the nodal regions where leaves grow, they produce fiber like roots arising from the base of the stem, which get fixed and grow further. So creepers are basically that kind of plant that require base, as the ground has to be the base, and the stem itself produces roots which goes in, and then stem itself produces, you see, this was the seed, how where it origin from, and then here the roots go inside, and the plant keeps on moving. It has leaves, and also it has roots somewhere, so it goes inside, and this is ground. This is ground. So you see, it moves only horizontally, moves further, moves further. Creepers, the very main examples of creepers are pumpkin and watermelons. You have basically seen them growing in your garden. Pumpkins again grow horizontally. Watermelons, the fruits are so big that they need ground for support. So that is how the creeper is. Now moving on to next classification, climbers. Climbers take the support of an object for climbing. So the main key word to remember here is the support. Support of an object for climbing. Some climbers simply twine around certain supporting plants. You have seen, you have must have seen, this is, if this is supporting, this is how the climber goes. Or if you are making like this, then this is how the climber and this the climber goes. So it can go vertically, it can go vertically as well as horizontally, the plant. So it's, also it can go spiral manner. Spiral manner. Some of them produce hook to climbs and some of them produce special roots serving as hold fast to climb. So they have different kinds of root, where we creepers, where we talked about only the horizontal, only the vertical roots which moved inside the ground and they help them hold the, you know, the ground. But in this case, they can have special, they produce special roots serving as hold fast to climb. The basic examples of climbers are grapevines, pea, money plant. Now the basic difference between the both creepers and climbers are they both are weak stemmed, they both are weak stemmed plants. They both are weak stemmed plants and hence cannot grow erect without support. So basic, the very general classification between creeper and climber is creeper can grow horizontally, but climber can grow horizontally, go horizontally as well as vertically. It can go only horizontally. No support required for this growth, and climber requires support for this growth. That was the end of the slides that was the end of this tutorial. For any query, for any more questions, please do post here. Please do post questions so that I can reply you as soon as soon as possible, and you are relieved with your queries. And I hope these tutorials are going to help, going to help my small little listeners, small little learners who want to grow and learn with the concept of biology, with the notion of, with the notion of, with the notion of making a difference. That's what I had today. For next video I'll be talking about parts of plants, parts of plants. So that's it for today. Thank you and have a very good day. Thank you and have a very good day. Thank you and have a very good day.